being prepared for volatile markets. It's not that I'm doing this for the first time. I have kept saying this. I'm not saying that the market is going to go down, but I'm just saying be prepared for a market which goes down. What happens is when there has been a longish bull run, and this bull run has lasted from 2009 to 2021, which is a 12-year bull run, and we have had very small corrections. When I say we have had a long bull run, people say, oh, but March 2020 the market fell. Yes, but that in retrospect looks more like a bull market correction than like a bear market. For it to be a bear market, the market has to fall 20%, which it perhaps did, and stay there long enough for you and me to get worried, saying, will this market ever bounce back? Which means a 3-4 year recession kind of a thing, or 3-4 year poor returns in equity at a stretch, one after the other. That scares the hell out of people, and then they get out at the wrong time. Unfortunately or fortunately, March 2020 fall was a very quick, sudden, abrupt, but the recovery was also V-shaped. So what happened is the impact was not really totally felt. I wouldn't call that a bear market, right? So 2009 is the last, or 2008 was the last time that when you saw the market fall and stay there for a little more time. But even in 2008-9, it was a V-shaped recovery. 2017-18 V-shaped recovery, 2020 V-shaped recovery. When this kind of thing happens, then you think that, oh, this is my birthright, right? So that's not true. So first of all, understand that a bull market is not your birthright, and you can go through a bear market. If you go through a bear market, what all should you do? First of all, you should check your safety net. Do I have enough money to stay unemployed and pursue all my other activities, which means next 3-4 years expenses are there somewhere safe? And this is important even for those who are in service, because bad markets are followed by bad results from companies, and that's the time when your boss is likely to call you and say, no, I tried really hard, but then company is letting go of some people. Since you're already 54 years of age, we thought that it is easier to let go of a 54-year-old than let go of a 28-year-old who has got perhaps more EMIs to pay, etc., etc. And it's what they don't also tell you, that that person is cheaper. So be ready for a market which will go down, and when the market goes down, it is not as though you need the money, but the feeling, oh, my net worth has gone down from say 5 to 4, whatever, 5 lakhs to 4 lakhs, or 50 lakhs, or 5 crores to 4 crores, whatever. When it goes down, your ability and willingness to spend goes down. Remember, retired people are very scared to spend money because they don't know how long this money has to last. If I tell you here is 5 lakhs, it has to last you 1 year, you can understand. But if I tell you here is 50 lakhs or 1 crore or whatever, and this has to last you next 30-40 years, then you're scared, because you don't know whether when you will die, any of those things. So you're very scared to spend. So there has to be a comfort level that you have enough money for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, whatever you think, when the markets are down. You're unemployed and you have to still meet your household expenses. Do you have that much money away? Do you have that much money? If you don't, put away so much money from your equity fund into some ultra short bond fund, or any fund with which you are comfortable, and let that money be there. That money will be useful for you in case the market goes down. What to do with that money, we will talk separately, but first of all, go and check your safety net, and to see whether there is enough money for till the market recovers. And so, do I have enough money to live my life even if I am unemployed without touching my equity portfolio? This is the question which it has to answer. Of course, you can go and say, it's okay if I sell some of my equity now because those have done very well. That's another way to look at it. But having said that, go and create that safety net if you don't already have one, right? See what are your next line reserves. Do you have a rich parent on whom you can call, or vice versa? Are you now say 65, 70 years and your children have started earning and earning well? Can I go to them and touch them for some money? Find out that second line or third line of defense which you can always use in case you need to. You may never need to. So creating a first line of defense which is say 5 years expenses in some ultra short bond fund or some other debt fund. That's step 1. Step 2 is to find out what are the things which you can sell. If you bought shares, like I bought shares of say Colgate in 1977, right? 77. My father bought, I've inherited it. It doesn't really matter when I sell. At some stage I may have to sell. So I don't want to be forced to sell, that's all. But if you have a longish portfolio, there will always be something which you can feel like selling, but be prepared for illiquidity there, right? So if you think you can sell a particular share, find out whether it is really liquid, right? So do all those things, get your next line of reserves properly aligned, and make sure that you understand what you're going to do. Try saving more money, right? So this is a time when there is a feel good, oh, my portfolio is doing very well, so I can spend more. No, don't get into bad habits, because those bad habits are very difficult to give up once the market turns around, right? So take some money off the equity table, go and eat out, maybe take a trip. And when you take a trip, do indulge your children, and then they're bound to ask you why this sudden largesse. Tell them it is because of equity. Those are some of the things that you teach them. But having said that, make sure that your asset allocation is in place, that you're not getting carried away saying, oh, I think my CAGR is some 29%. So which means our children will go to the best of schools and colleges. We don't have to think or worry about. Wrong, completely wrong. Because a bull market is followed by a bear market. It has not happened for a long time. So people think, oh, it's no longer necessary. It doesn't happen. This time it is different. It can't go down, right? So don't get into that trap. Because the only person who knows when this bull market will end are the RBI governors all over the country, Fed head and all those people who are pumping money. So you have to go and ask them. No point in asking anybody else. They may not know. So now is a good time to be reviewing your asset allocation and your long-term portfolio. Also remember that you're aged. Maybe you have retired, or maybe you're 1 year away from retirement, or 2 years away from retirement. It's a great time to be evaluating what your portfolio is doing for you, right? I've also done a video saying pursuit of happiness. So if you are happy with the money that you have, start pursuing happiness, because if you don't get anything which you don't pursue. Of course, God has been good to us, that He has given us everything, but still you need to ensure that you at least enjoy whatever God has given you. So which means you have to have good health and do all those things. But it is a great time to be rechecking your asset allocation. Don't make dramatic changes during a bull run or end of a bull run. I don't even know whether we are end of a bull run. Maybe the market will go up even further up from here. Maybe it won't. But if it doesn't, you know from where you have to meet your EMI demands and your food demands, and all those things have to come from your ultra short bond funds or some bond funds rather than from equity. Trying to save more is a very important thing. Do it. Do your ELSS, do your pension funds, do all those things. Make sure that you're taking benefits of all that. Keep yourself grounded, be on earth. Every morning get up and say, markets are up, I'm enjoying a great portfolio, but remember, market can go down. Can you get a minus 20% return in the next 1 year? Perfectly possible. FIIs are selling, DIIs are buying. We have no clue what the market is going to do, maybe after 6 months, 8 months, 1 year. But whatever it is, be prepared for a longish grind of the market doing nothing. And calculate the returns that you're getting, all the shares and mutual funds that you bought. You may be very, very surprised or shocked by seeing those numbers. Thank you.